Okay, I thought I'd take a minute to show you my latest project. This is a very old, I'm not even sure what year it is because I can't find the tag on it, a very old Royal Highlander travel trailer. It's about a 17 footer, and as you can see it's in very rough condition. This trailer was down at a deer camp with just some deer hunters in it, so it's very rough inside and out. But it's going to be my winter and probably fall, winter, and probably part of spring project. My intentions are to completely remodel this thing from top to bottom. I plan on completely gutting it, getting everything out. It has a lot of water damage inside, which you'll see in a little bit. And then I'm also planning on taking the skin off, taking it all the way down to the metal trailer frame, you know, putting some navel jelly on there to get rid of the rust on that, some nice primer, and then a fresh coat of paint. And check out the tandem axles and all that, make sure that all that's in good working order, and then basically build the thing back up, build a whole new wooden frame, and new cabinetry, new everything, so I can combine a lot of my woodworking skills with the remodeling part of this project. But anyway, let me move the camera where you can see some other things, and I'll show you around. Okay, we'll start with the door here. You can see really the whole exterior of this trailer is in really rough shape. It's you know, very dirty for one, and you know, because it's been sitting out in the woods. Here you can tell apparently either somebody tried to break in or they forgot their key to these locks, because there's some pry marks here to get in the trailer. I don't think you can see it in this shot, but they've rigged a really poor light up there. They basically just drilled a hole, cut the cord in two to where they could run the cord through the side of the trailer, and then kind of duct tape wired the thing back and hooked it up, and it's, you know, real fire hazard. But anyway, and then when I bought this, I asked the guy if he wanted these locks back, and he didn't have the key, so it looks like I'll be getting out my cutoff wheel to get those cut off. But anyway, let me take this camera inside and show you a little bit of the inside. Okay, I'm going to just try to hold this camera with my hand here, and I'll try to hold it steady so it doesn't make that bad a video. But anyway, I just wanted to show you, give you an idea of really how rough this trailer is. When you come in the door, I'm kind of standing in the doorway. They've got a little refrigerator here where this once used to be apparently where the furnace was from the wiring and the plumbing and stuff. Looks like a gas line hose going down there. It's got a big kink in it, so that's something that will have to be added. And this refrigerator, I did plug it in, and of course it's real nasty inside and everything, but I did plug it in and it seemed to run, but I don't know for sure. I'll have to test it further to see if it even works good enough to use for something. Maybe I can put that out in my shop, put some beer in it or something. Anyway, moving on down, you can see there's just like, I don't know what this was. I'm guessing it was maybe where there was a little closet or something. They've just kind of thrown in some makeshift shelves. They had a couple of oscillating fans, which they left in here, and those both work. I tried them out, those work fine. And you know, basically just had some junk in here. There you can see there's another fan minus a fan guard. There's a gun case, an empty gun case down there. You can see the galvanized metal for the wheel well for the double axle. I did like this trailer because it was about the size I was looking for. It's about 17 foot. And it had the trailer frame is what I was really looking at, is because it's a good solid frame, tandem axle, so I think that's going to be pretty good. Okay, now as I pan around here, you'll see that there's some really a lot of water damage right there. You know, there's a lot of stuff. You know, it's just really rough. I just can't emphasize that enough. It's got plate here, well, I guess this is plastic, but it still broke from that lamp. That'll all be replaced. I'm not quite sure why some deer hunters had a pink little fan here, but you know, to each his own, I guess. Anyway, painted on around here, it did have a little sink, a little dual sink, which wasn't too bad. You know, all this again is going to be tore out and totally replaced. Right here, I guess, is where the stove, and it looks like the way the cutout was, it maybe had a stove and an oven, and it's gone. So I'll have to. I don't know that I'll even mess with an oven. I'll probably just get a microwave and then probably get a 3-burner top. I think you can get those for, you know, 150, 200 bucks or something. They left a nice Coleman lantern. Oops, sorry. Left a nice Coleman lantern in here, which you know, appears to be in pretty good shape. That's good. Some empty gun shells. Obviously, it was a deer down at a deer camp. You can tell that. Okay, then I've got the hood right here. Again, you can tell this is where the stove was. I'm not sure if any of this works. I'll have to take it off, clean it, check all that out, and make sure that it's even worth salvaging. I don't know. Okay, then as I pan around to the door, and you can see the front, there's some cabinets up there at the top, which is just about all trailers have that, I think. And then a little dinette area, and you can tell it looks like they've made them a little custom table. It's way smaller than what normally would be in here. They knocked out one of the front windows and decided to put an air conditioner in there. That'll end up going, and I'll probably when I reskin this thing, I'll put some matching windows in the front there. There's another window there. There's one of the benches. I guess you can see they've got this little I don't know what you call this decor. I guess it's deer hunter decor. All this little material. It's got all the wood scenes and fish and stuff like that. But anyway, if I look up under here, and of course it is pretty nasty up under here, but looks like there's a hot water heater that looks okay, and I'm not sure what this thing is. I believe that's a pump to run the water to the sink and all. I'll have to investigate further. Again, all of this stuff that you're seeing, there's a switch down there, so I'm assuming that's for either the pump or the water heater. Okay, also right here, I will show you this too. This little door right here is the little John. So I don't know if there's enough light in here. If I hold this thing in here, maybe it'll get used to the light. But they've got like a really raggedy light there that I'm not sure I'd want to be in here when I'm taking a shower. It's got a little handheld shower thing, and then the small commode. It's typical what they put in trailers. You know, you almost have to back into these things to use them. But anyway, I'll maybe you know, since I'm going to kind of tear up this whole thing, like I said, I'm going to get it down to the frame and all that, and I'm going to be careful to take some measurements because I may reskin it with new aluminum, or if I try to salvage any of the stuff that's on here, I'll have to be very careful and measure it correctly. So as I gut the inside and then get to where I can measure the frame, there's not any, I can tell right now there's not any of the existing frame that's even worth trying to save. It's basically I'm just going to measure it all, and you know, I may even change the floor plan a little bit, I don't know, but you know, I can to pretty much make it however I want, I guess. I'll model everything up in 3D like I do most of my woodworking projects, and you know, just make it how I want. So I'm not too worried about the condition of the trailer. It's like I said, it's really rough, but all this will be gutted out. I'm just basically shooting this video to give you the quick walkthrough so you can see, you know, this will make a good base as far as the before picture. I'll be taking lots of photos and things like that as I go too, because I want to document the transformation, I guess you'd call it, of this trailer. Alright, now I'm going to go step outside and I want to show you the back door, or the trunk, I guess they call it. Okay, now here's the back trunk. Obviously this thing is really old and nobody has the keys to anything, but fortunately this was unlocked. However, there was one little small problem with it, that when you open it up, the hinges are completely gone, so that's probably going to have to be totally replaced. And you can see there's lots of crap basically in here. I haven't even looked in here close. I just basically wanted to show, like again, show a video to show you what I'm starting with. The bumper, or the actual, I call it a bumper, it's not really a bumper, it's just the rear square tube that you use to store the little poop pipe. It's in fairly good shape. It's it's obviously rusty, but it's not, it doesn't look like it's been backed in anything. It's not bent up or anything. So all that can be cleaned up and made to look like new again. So the lights, when I hauled this thing home, I had to haul it about 17 miles, and the lights never work on these things. So I bought a one of those magnetic towing light kits and just set the magnets on the bumper there, and then ran it up to my truck, and that way I had some legal lights to tow it home with. But that'll have to all be gone through. Let me take this camera off this tripod again, and as I show you up here at the top, you can see that just about every one of the little lenses for the running lights is broke or gone or missing, and so all of that will be be redone. One thing I did want to show you, and I don't know if you can make it out in this video or not, but if you look close, and I can see it here, but you can see where the decal was, where it says Royal Highlander. So I wish I could find a tag on this silly thing so I could find out some more information. I'm guessing it's probably 70s something. I know in the 70s my parents had a couple of different travel trailers, and it looks very much like one of them they may have had. I don't know if it's exactly the same or not, but anyway, I've been trying to look online and find some information about Royal Highlanders. So if you know anything, please comment and let me know what you know, or point me in a direction to a website or whatever. But anyway, I'd like to find out as much as I can. Okay, I'm just going to kind of scroll on around here, and this is how bad a shape this thing is in. You can see that this thing has really rotted. The whole back end of this thing is loose, and it's the same thing on the other corner. That's why I'm not going to trust any of this. I'm going to totally redo it all. Just get the whole thing, take it down to the frame, the trailer frame, get all the rust off, prime it, paint it, check the axles out, and just basically build a new trailer just using this frame. There is here's the water, I guess, where you put the water in. There's a tank. There was a tank just inside here in this trunk, a little plastic tank, but it looks like it's had the hoses cut and kind of pinched off, so they weren't using. Some of the windows, I'm trying to show you these windows here. This one has got a nice big crack in it. It looks like it's in 2 or 3 pieces. There's a frosted one up there that seems to be in pretty good shape. Here again is the louvered vent where apparently the furnace was on the other side, and this was just something they threw over to kind of block a hole. It's like some fiberboard or something, so really rough stuff. This over here is another vent. Looks like they've got it kind of duct taped, and I'm guessing that that's how you open this up. Let's see if I can get this duct tape off here. We'll take a quick look. Oh yeah, it looks like it's kind of being just held on there by a thread anyway. Good old duct tape, you can pretty much fix anything with that. Alright, anyway, if you pull this off, okay, yeah, there we go. So there's the parts to the hot water heater, and as you can see, it looks a little rough. It's pretty rough. Maybe I'll take it out and see what what kind of elbow grease I can put on it and clean it up, but it looks like it may be something I may just want to replace. We'll see. Okay, so moving on around the trailer. Okay, here's another idea. This was the frosted glass that's where the little bathroom is, so that is obviously going to have to be replaced. It's pretty well beat up. This window right here looks like it's got 3 panes in it. It looks like they're in fairly good shape. A lot of the stuff is in pretty good shape. It just needs to be pulled out and thoroughly cleaned because it's really nasty from being out in the woods. Here it looks like they had some kind of an antenna, and again you can see there's another broken running light. Oh, I should have showed the one down on that end because it looks like it's not broken. It's one of the few. Okay, now here's the wonderful air conditioning system that was put in, and again, I'm not opposed to, because down in Georgia it gets plenty hot, so I'm not opposed to having air conditioning in a trailer like this to camp, but I think I would rather take a really small unit because, you know, I don't know what size that one is, but it should be more than enough to cool this. I know I have one smaller than that, like a 5,000 BTU in my shop, and you know, it's 12 by 28, and it'll cool that thing. It'll run you out of there. Okay, moving on around to the front. One of the neat features that it does still have is these little leveler things, and if you look close you can see I'm not quite level side to side. I'm pretty level front to back because it's just here in my side yard. Here is another decal. You can probably make this one out a little better maybe. It's got the Royal Highlander, and you can see the Scotsman in a kilt right in between the words Royal and Highlander. I would love to be able to reproduce those decals somehow. If anybody's got an image or something, I'd appreciate it if you'd shoot it to me. Again, here we go again up at the top. All the running lights are broken and missing. So anyway, you can see that I have really got a lot of work cut out for myself. The you know, the hitch and all is you know, it's in good shape as far as working order, but it's really rough looking, rusty and everything. So I really want to take everything off, clean it up, get rid of the rust, and try to make this thing look like brand new, or 70s brand new anyway. At least on the outside. Here we go again. You can see these windows. Looks like they've actually been shot out with something, you know, at a deer camp. I guess that's, you might expect that, I guess. But okay, we're coming back around here on this side. This window, these 3 look pretty good shape. I can see there's a rip in the screen though, so the screens are gonna have to be replaced. The windows on the door here, actually all these little, it's got one of these little narrow crank out window things, and they're all in pretty good shape. It's got frosted ones on like the bottom 4 and then clear on the top, but again, somebody I guess didn't like the screen or whatever, and looks like they've taken a knife and cut the whole screen out so that it doesn't even have a screen on it, but the crank part works, so that's good. Again, just needs to be taken out, cleaned. I probably will make a whole new door because this one's kind of rough, and you know, some of the screw holes are stripped out and stuff like that. But anyway, this is what I wanted to show you. You know, kind of get it to a baseline video. This is like the introduction to my my big travel trailer renovation project. So I used to tell people I was looking for one to restore, but I'm not. That's not really the right word, because I'm not going to restore it. Because when you think of restore, you think of people that get the older Shastas and stuff like that, and they restore them back for, you know, whatever year they are, to make them look just like they did brand new. My plan is to make it look reasonably well on the outside, probably keep the same shape and all that. Again, I may try to use some of the existing metal, but on the inside it'll be totally you know, where I'm going to try to utilize my woodworking skills and make some nice cabinets and things like that, make it look a lot nicer than what it did back in this day. So we'll see. I'll also maybe take the ladder and show you up on top there. Okay, so now I'm up here on the step ladder. I wanted to take a minute to show you the top of this thing. I got up here a while ago and I was looking and I'm thinking, you know, it really doesn't look too terribly bad. It's full of rust. I mean, there's a lot of rust on it, but it's just, it don't look like it's rusted through really any place, at least from where I can tell. I think more of the water damage was coming in from the corner seams and things like that, because I could see a big blob of goop back there where they brushed on some stuff where the galvanized meets the aluminum on the back, coming up the back. Here's the vent. You know, these things always are a trouble spot for leaking, and it looks like they put a bunch of gook and stuff around that, trying to seal up stuff, probably unsuccessfully. Here's the vent for the where the furnace was. If you look straight down here as I turn the camera, you can see there's the louvered vent where the furnace was all in this area right here. But anyway, it looks like they put a bunch of goop around that as well. And there's also a little small aluminum patch right here on the top beside the vent for the bathroom. And again, there's a bunch of goop and stuff around there. So once I start tearing into this thing, I'll have to check to see, you know, whether I can clean it up and maybe reuse it, or maybe just turn around and go ahead and put some new panels on here. These look like, if I can show it here, I don't know if I can show this. It looks like there's a seam probably about every, I don't know, every 30 inches maybe, something like that. And then, you know, so I don't know. It could be leaking with the water damage, maybe coming in at the seams here, or what it looks like to me is that it's coming in where the galvanized roofing panels meet the aluminum siding that's coming up the top and in the back. It looks like that's where, because and when you look inside, that's where most of the water damage is. It looks like it's at the very back and at the very front. So anyway, I wanted to give you a quick shot of that. It looks like the J-rail here is, again, it's in pretty good shape. A lot of this stuff just needs to be taken off very carefully and cleaned up. So it's going to be a big project. But anyway, let me turn this thing off so I can get down off this ladder. Okay, so you've had the 50-cent tour of my 17-foot Royal Highlander travel trailer project, renovation project, I guess I should say, not restoration. Anyway, as soon as I get this thing documented, I wanted to shoot a video exactly how it is. This is exactly how it is as I brought it home. I just unhooked it a little while ago and leveled it up a little bit, and you know, wanted to shoot the video as it is so you can just really see just how crappy it is. And now I'm going to you know, get out here and get busy doing some tearing out here. I'm actually going to take some measurements, because I think just for the heck of it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of measure to determine what the floor plan is now. Although I probably won't stick to that. I'm probably going to change it up a good bit, but I probably will model everything up the way it is now, just so I have a reference. And I got to be careful once I start tearing this stuff out. Hopefully stuff won't fall apart too bad from the water damage, so that I can at least be able to pull a tape and get some decent measurements to be able to build the new framing. But that's, I guess that's going to be it for this one. This is the introduction, I guess, to my Royal Highlander. So I appreciate y'all watching this video, and I appreciate all my subscribers. I've got a bunch of new subscribers lately. You know, it seems like it wasn't that long ago I hardly had any, and now I don't know what I'm up to. I think like 1,300 or something like that. So I really appreciate all the new subscribers. guess that's going to be it for this one. So thanks for watching. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do. You can hit the little subscribe button. If you got any comments, especially if you have any information about Royal Highlanders, I'd love to hear from you. But you know, leave your comments below. And if you like this video, please hit the like button as well. So anyway, until next time, when you'll see the first installment of the renovation, we'll catch you next time.